Hello, my artistic friends, and welcome to a short and very practical lesson here today in my home art studio that I call Monet Cafe. Today I thought it might be quite valuable to share with you my method of storing my pastel paintings. Now this lesson is more exclusive to pastels because they are a very delicate medium. They're actually a little tougher than most people think, but when it comes to storage, we have to really protect them. So they're safe for wherever we're taking them or if they're going to a gallery. Now what I like to do is eventually, this is how the finished product ends up, is it will be put into a crystal, the brand that I use is Crystal Seal. It's a plastic bag that has a resealable little strip on the back where you can open it and close it multiple times. And I put the painting in it with a piece of foam core that I cut for it. But prior to this step, and I'll go in a little further into how I actually do this, I'll give a little demo with this painting here of how I put it into the bag. But I like to do that when I have a lot of paintings accumulated so that I don't have to break out my cutter, break out my foam core, and break out my, my Crystal Seal bags for each time that I have one painting. So what I do temporarily is I store my paintings in just a kind of a large, I have one that's even larger than this for big paintings, just a cheap drawing tablet, okay? And what you want to do with this though is you've got to keep it flat and you have to keep it in a safe place. But what I do temporarily, before I decide to put them into the bags with the foam core, is I store them in this drawing tablet. What I do is I safely adhere them. I put tape on the back and then another strip on the side here. I adhere them to my drawing tablet in just a practical way. And then I put a piece of what's called glassine. It looks kind of like the consistency of wax paper, but it's called glassine. It can be bought at any art supply store. And what it does is it protects the pastels from getting rubbed or damaging the pastel surface. So I keep, kind of a lot of these in here, and then when I'm ready to start getting them more protected, I just break this out and I get out my cutting board and I buy foam core. I buy them in large sheets, not too large because I just have a smaller cutting system here. And then I cut them to the size of the painting. And now I'm actually going to put one together for you and show you exactly how I do it. And it's really safe and it's a great method of storing pastels. So here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I protect a pastel painting in the plastic bag system. And by the way, these bags come in various sizes. So you can get them for whatever size work you happen to work in. Now what I do, here's my method. I open the bag. I already have chosen the bag that's going to work for this. I actually wish I had one size smaller, but this is all I had to work with today. What I do is I put the pastel in, and I don't want to rub it on the bag when I'm sliding it in. So I get it in, and then I keep a space here. And what I do is actually kind of blow into there like a balloon, and I let it slide down into the bag so you can see it's not touching the bag inside of there. Then when I have it in place, I don't quite have it in place here. I look and make sure, yeah, there we go, we're good. Then I can let the plastic fall down on it. Now like I said, you can see this one is a little bit big for this painting, but it will work. I gotta keep there. Now what I do after that, this will get folded down and so will this, is I get the foam board that has already been cut to the size, make sure I get it the right way, that's pretty much a perfect square. Okay, I've actually already put the title of the painting and my signature on here, so I wanna make sure I get that in the right spot. And what I do is I simply slide this in place. And then I like to get one of my business cards and put it in. I have my card on one side and Actually, if you want a great children's book, this is my children's book that I wrote and illustrated. And so I put the business side up for the fine art business. And with this one, like I said, it's a little bit bigger than it should be. So what I would do is I would simply tape this down. I'm not going to go through this process right now. And I would fold this bag over and seal it shut, okay? It has a little piece of a strip here that you take off, and it has adhesive here. And when I have this one all, folded correctly, I would seal it into place, and then I would have the finished painting. Again, this bag is a little big for this. I can make it work, but I prefer to have them fit more snugly like this one here, where it is just more clean and perfect. That's another reason too, to try to work in standard sizes. Sometimes I don't. I just get a creative spurt and I do something that's not a 5x7 or an 8x10, but it is a good idea to work in standard sizes because you can buy these bags in standard sizes, okay? So that way your art will fit snugly in the bag and it will be safe. So I thought this might be helpful for people. Obviously framed art is very protected, but that's kind of expensive to have to buy frames for all your pieces, and it's also not really practical for storage. So this is a handy dandy little way. You can get a little basket to keep your paintings in, and people can just casually look at your artwork and hopefully buy it. All right, so thanks for joining me today. I'm gonna get to work because I've got quite a few more to seal up and get ready to go. All right guys, happy painting and thanks for joining me in Monet Cafe.